Hello. Happy almost February. We're in the home stretch of January, and I hope that you have your February cosmic tea, which I will also put up on the screen. But look at how lovely it is, just as the background on your phone to remind you of the various transits that are going down, because we have a lot happening in February. To start off, we have a full moon in the nakshatra called Ashlesha. And Ashlesha is part of 16 degrees and 40 minutes to 30 degrees of Cancer, and it's ruled by the Nagas, which are these deities that are serpent shaped, and they impart knowledge and wisdom. And just like a snake, the themes of this full moon, it's so auspicious, it's crazy. It's all about shedding and letting go. When a snake needs to grow, it has to shed its skin in order to grow and to thrive. And part of that process also entails us maybe going a little bit inward and being blinded. When a snake has to shed its skin, its eyes are covered with the film of the skin, and it can't see what's going on. Snakes are naturally defensive, so being blinded and not being able to see what's going on while needing to release is inherently scary. But just like when a snake sheds its skin, it's the most natural thing to do. If a snake does not shed its skin, it is uncomfortable, it's painful, it can't grow. It's a natural process. Just like when it's autumn and it's time for the leaves to fall, we don't freak out and say, oh no, the leaves just simply fall. Same with this process. As hard as it may be, as blinded as we may be to whatever this attachment is, we should let it go. Especially because this is the last full moon of the year of the wood snake, because the year of the fire horse begins on February 17th, which is also a solar eclipse. Do you have your 2026 cosmic tea guide? Yeah, you should get it. But full moons in and of themselves symbolize release and letting go. It's the moon being at its peak, its most full, and overflowing with abundant energy. So already full moon practices and rituals have this essence of letting go and releasing things that no longer serve you. And then this is also happening in Ashlesha, the symbol of a snake, and it's the last full moon of the year of the snake, and it happens to be the first of the month. And then the next day is February 2nd, and if you're a numerology girly, that's 2-2. Right. So we're letting go? Exactly. We have a lot coming up. On February 3rd to April 10th, Mercury will transit Aquarius, and right now in Aquarius, the north node of the moon, Rahu, is there. And Rahu in Indian mythology represents this deep mysticism. It represents illusion, delusion, trickster energy, desire, hunger. So be mindful of how speech can maybe be a little bit manipulative. Rahu is the great deceiver in the lore of eclipses and all those things, which we will talk about for our eclipse video. But if you want even more information about how all of these things, from Venus entering Aquarius, the sun entering Aquarius, the solar eclipse on February 17th, which is also the Chinese Lunar New Year, Mars entering Aquarius, and oh yeah, Mercury going retrograde at the end of this month from February 26th to March 20th. Right, exactly. Please either head over to patreon.com and subscribe at the $5 level. Join the Cafe Coven, where every single week I drop these videos. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is only part of the video. The extended full version is over on Patreon, so get the over there. Every single week I look at the transits, I see what's going on, and we do a tarot spread. The full version is there. And additionally, there is a lovely PDF guide that breaks down all of these transits for February. And if you're like, I don't know if I want to do that, part of it is on my Instagram, The Barista Witch Official. And if you want the full thing, you can go to my website, thebaristawitch.com. I'm just saying, it's essential. This month of February is going to be crazy. Let's see what's coming up first. The Four of Wands. So wands represent the energy of passion, the element of fire, and the Four of Wands represents a celebration. It's a good card, which is very nice. It represents structure, having a nice foundation, and celebrating ultimately with loved ones, bringing in some sort of gathering so that you can celebrate your wins. So maybe you have a full moon party, maybe you have a release party, but something where you can honor your wins with your friends. The Four of Wands ultimately represents having a good time, and this also shows you that people can be entering your life, the wands are arranged like a doorway, a threshold. This card also represents receiving good news, wanting to share with others, good fortune, freely having a good time with no strings attached. Venus, which is the planet of love and romance, is symbolized by the roses and the garland that we see here. This card also represents that we heal from the past when we influence the future with energetic alignment. So accept invitations. Go where your energy feels like it is most being called to. Find your community, find your people. Notice if there tends to be drama in certain situations or if people are maybe a bit more on the messy side. 2025 is all about, letting go, because we are still in the year of the snake and we have 2 cards that flipped over. So first that came up is the Ace of Swords. And swords represents the element of air, it's speech, and the Ace of Swords represents a brilliant new idea. This is finding a person or a thing that is on the exact same wavelength as you, which maybe can occur when you attend this event, this party, something that you may have been invited to, and meeting this person or being in this environment will put you on the same wavelength, and soon it'll be able to be this sense of inspiration. You can have a new idea of what to do with your life. So maybe being in a community where you have like-minded individuals, maybe you're all photographers or creatives or whatever it is. This card also represents slicing through negative thought patterns to create new and uplifting ideas. It's having a mental breakthrough. So do you see how this sword is piercing a crown? The sword is meant to represent the intellect and piercing, and the sword going through the crown represents you being in alignment with your highest self. The olive branch here is reconciliation, goodwill. So letting go of anything negative, just giving your brain, giving yourself this mental olive branch of like, here, it's time to take a rest. And the sword pointing to the sky represents channeling the highest thought, being alert and willing to take action, wanting to change your own thoughts. And once you're able to clear away any negative thoughts, patterns, habits, you have your mental breakthrough. This can be the birth of an innovative idea that could literally change your life. This is an epiphany, a aha moment, a mental breakthrough. And then we have the Queen of Wands. Wands, once again, represents the element of fire, passion. And the Queen of Wands is confidence. This is being creative. When the Queen of Wands walks into a room, she knows exactly who the fuck she is. Think Beyonce walking into a room. She knows she's that girl. This is being entirely devoted to your internal flame and just cultivating your passions, cultivating your gifts, in order to honestly make you like so fucking unstoppable. Your productivity is at an all-time high, which hell yeah, having some fun, letting loose, having a good time for the sake of just having a good time and not stressing about, do I have to do this thing? Or like purposefully doing it to network, versus just having a good time, letting your frequency move and shine in a way that puts you in the same energetic path as other people who are like-minded, able to actually finally see things clearly, use this Ace of Swords energy to slice through any like negative thought patterns, have this mental breakthrough, and then ultimately being able to open up and be passionate about things. You know what I mean? Notice if this is an opportunity for you to actually embody that energy. And let's see, I want to keep going. This deck is giving us some tea. And how are you doing? How's it going? Are you hydrated? Oh, also, the Queen of Wands represents embracing your success and not fearing challenges. What did Beyonce say? She thought she was killing that shit. I told her to go harder. Look at that alkaline shit, cause look at that wall. Like, this is about sticking to your principles and your beliefs. So let's see what else is in store for us, especially since this is a full moon. And if you're watching this on February 1st, happy full moon. Ooh, let's see what this is, because it fell out as I said, happy full moon. The King of Swords, let's go. That's crazy. So the King of Swords, so as we said, swords represents the intellect, our thoughts, our speech, our minds, and the King of Swords is the highest of this suit. It represents logic, truth, honesty, wisdom, being objective, being able to always have the perfect response, capable of making good decisions, executing your judgment, ultimately rising above your emotions in order to make a clear-headed decision. So this is something that will ultimately help you be able to be a good communicator, help you be a good leader. And it's not saying to be like callous or cold, like you don't care, but notice if your decisions and your choices have been coming from an emotional place and literally make you make bad decisions that don't honor your truth, that don't honor your own dharma, your own karma. So notice if that, is something that's showing up for you. Try to use the King of Swords energy to be a bit more objective, so you use more logic than emotion when moving into trying to make a decision, especially since the moon represents our emotions. It represents our feelings, and it's already super heightened to start off this freaking month. Mercury's gonna go retrograde. Our brains are gonna be scrambled eggs. How can you embody this energy of the Ace of Swords, the King of Swords, in order to just kind of chill out and use more logic to approach the situation so that you don't fall into a pattern of using your emotion, maybe not making the best decision? The Ten of Wands, yes, and this will ultimately allow you to put your burdens down. The Ten of Wands represents giving your body a rest. It's time for a rest. This card often reflects the hard toll and work that your body undergoes. Like, you're carrying these 10 wands. You can't even see what's happening in front of you. This figure is like bent over. It's pressing its crown chakra into the wands, which this is like piercing through your crown to have clear thoughts. And this is disconnection, misalignment. You have too many things on your plate, too many things that you're carrying. Put down what is binding you so that you can see. This card asks you to walk away from a situation, learn to say no in order to stay balanced. Notice if you're taking on too many demands, saying yes to this, saying yes to that, when you need to say no to protect your well-being. You need more balance to keep your nervous system calm and ultimately your home life happy, which this is all about having that logic, that truth, literally being able to go into a space and have a good time without any strings attached. And ultimately, I have in my notes, this card asks you to release your burdens and balance work with play in order to overcome blocks and release blame. And the figure in this card is ultimately walking away from a situation. So what do you need to walk away from to save yourself? So my YouTube babies, this is where I must leave you. If you would like to continue on with us, head over to patreon.com/The Barista, which we're gonna fill this out. We have a lot more than just the moon to talk about. We're gonna get into retrograde, we're gonna get into all the transits. Join at either the $5 level to join as a Cafe Coven, where every single week we do our cosmic tea report. We see what's going on, we pull some tarot. And if you wanna learn a little bit more about tarot, join at tier 2, the $11 level, where we go through every single card and we see Wagwan. Otherwise, please head over to my website, thebaristawitch.com. All of the goodies are there. Book a reading. I just reopened my books for February, so if you would like, please book soon. My books tend to fill up very, very fast. I'm taking limited spots this month. Otherwise, I love you. I will see you around. Have a good time. Bye-bye.